RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, Cadillac, and GMC, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Professional, independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet, the #1 GM certified dealer in Southern Illinois. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Riverbend Basketball South Central Conference action tonight as we start in Payasol Bird Country for Tuesday night basketball. The Payasol Bird Pep Band playing in the background before the game. Pre-game action here, and the varsity game just a couple of minutes away. With Jim Seamer, Brett Berkland here with you live from Payasol, and the Payasol Birds and the Explorers and the SCC already underway here, Jim. We're ready to roll.
Yes, the SCC is underway, and we don't have to say East or West this year because it's all one 10-team conference this year. Pretty early for conference games. Back when it was just one side, I used to play most of the conference games after Christmas, but with 10 teams in the conference, they've kind of moved the schedule up a little bit, and with Marquette with a 3-3 record and Southwestern with a 2-4 record, they're kind of looking to see who's going to be on the top of the standings after this game.
And some of the early matchups, well, they've played Hillsboro and Litchfield and some of those teams where, again, you used to say East and West, but now 13 games will make up the conference season. It sounds like a lot, but it'll go quick.
Yeah, it'll go quick. When you schedule 13 conference games and you have 3 tournaments, it only leaves about 5 non-conference games, so you'll be really familiar with all the teams that you play. You get to play everybody on your side twice, everybody on the other side once, so it should be interesting this year, and this is the first year for that format.
And we've already seen a little bit of the Shells and the Oilers, and now we're going to see a couple of other teams from the Old West, and that is Marquette and Southwestern, and these two teams still trying to find themselves. It is early, and they're still trying to find their identity and see if, the seniors are going to step up. They have some young players stepping up, so you just don't know yet.
Yeah, Marquette has a blend of, they got some younger players with the Starrett boy being a sophomore, and they're starting a freshman and the Shiger boy. So they got a few seniors on the team. They got a few underclassmen that are playing well for them. Starrett's averaging 13 points a game, so he's one of their leaders. On the other hand, Southwestern is kind of a senior-dominated team. They've got about 7 seniors on their team. They've got guys who played last year. They obviously miss Ryan Cox, who had a football injury. He hasn't played this year, and they really miss him down low.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Hi, George Weber. Here's 3 more great reasons to visit Weber Chevrolet this fall. Number 1, product. Chevrolet has the best lineup of vehicles in the market today. Cobalt, Malibu, Impala, Silverado, Traverse, Equinox. Reason number 2, the deals. Right now, we have extra incentives and aggressive pricing on all of our units, resulting in huge savings. Number 3, your trade-in. After Cash for Clunkers, we were forced to crush so many of our trades that our pre-owned inventory needs some help. Your used vehicle has never been worth more.
And having trouble scoring points is what they tell you in Payasol Bird Country, of course, and maybe that'll change as we head toward Christmas and the new year. For Marquette, it's been a couple of years now that they've had their head coach, Brian Diskin, but a brand new head coach here at Southwestern, Kurt Berger, and we've seen him around the area, mostly to the south of our area the last few years.
Mostly to the south, and he takes over for Larry Lois, who I looked up today, had an 87-59 record and was let go kind of suddenly last summer, so it'd be interesting. Larry was 10-0 in the conference and had a 19-10 record. He's one of my old friends from up here when I taught up here for 24 years, so it was kind of a surprise to me that he got let go, but Kurt Berger came in. It's a new era. It's the burger era here at Southwestern.
And we'll see how things go tonight. Of course, a long season, and we're just getting started here, even though now we're rolling into the middle of December. And Marquette with a record of 3-3, as we mentioned, 1-1 in the SEC under Coach Brian Diskin. Southwestern with a record of 2-4. Southwestern at 1-0 in the conference. That was a win over Litchfield, 36-34. So again, not scoring very many points right now.
No, they're not scoring very many points. They have one player in double figures, Ryan Gray, scoring 10 a game. Everybody remembers him as the quarterback on the football team, and it was in football it was the Gray-Cox show, and Cox got hurt. That's the same thing it was going to be here in basketball because they're both seniors and they both led the team last year. So it'll be hard for the Southwestern to score points this year without Cox in the lineup.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at rivalries.com.
Welcome back to Southwestern High School with Jim Seamer. Brent Berklin here with you on the Big Z tonight. We bring you South Central Conference boys basketball. The Marquette Explorers in their road blue uniforms here at Southwestern High. Brimage, Holmes, Sterrett, Helton, and Scheider. The starting five. For Southwestern, it's Sosa, Hunt, Gray, Guthrie, and Hagen. As we go along, Southwestern in their white home uniforms trimmed in the green and gold. And we are ready to jump it up. The officials ready, the coaches, players, and fans. And the tip won by Marquette. Dalton Halm has the basketball as we're underway. Halm on the right side gives high post, give and go, and it's knocked out of Halm's hand. Good D there by Ricky Sosa. And they'll throw it back in.
Yeah, the Paisaw Birds are starting 3 seniors and 2 juniors, so they have the experience factor over the Explorers.
Brimage gives the ball out high to the freshman, Scheider. Now to Halm for 3. It's too long and missed. The rebound stabbed by Ryan Gray. Southwestern ball. Top of the key, Brett Guthrie sends it left side to Noah Hunt. Hunt wears number 5. Now it goes to Gray at the top. All the way down to the right block. Little turnaround, a lean in, and it's left short there by Hagen. Rebound is missed. All of that over Sterrett, still 0-0.
Sterrett did a good job keeping his hands straight up.
Scheider inside, missed it, but bumped and fouled on his way. Looks like Ryan Gray will pick up our first foul of the night.
Good job by that time by the freshman Scheider going right to the basket. He had no qualms about just taking the ball, going straight to the basket, drawing the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line shooting 2.
Number 40 on his jersey, and he fires it up and in. And our first point of the night is a free throw. Scheider puts it in, 1-0 Marquette. And the second one rims out, no good. Rebounded by Brett Guthrie. Sends the ball away to number 4, Ricky Sosa now. Sosa with Brimage on him, down to the corner. Gray gets the baseline, but it was poked away, and here comes Marquette, 1-0. They lead it. Scheider, top of the key, left side to Brimage. Brimage now to the top of the key. Pick and roll. Sterrett took an extra step. That's a travel turnover on the blue.
Good job that by Brimage, the point guard, did a nice job getting into Sterrett. Took an extra step. He was going to kick it out for a 3 by Scheider, but took one too many steps.
The double team came to him, so somebody was open and he was ready to kick it. But he walked with it. Now Southwestern basketball, and it is Ryan Gray, the 5'10 senior. Back door, and it's a foul underneath. Good passing there, and Cole Hagen will shoot free throws.
Good pass that time by Brett Guthrie. He got the ball inside. Marquette double teamed him. They're in the man-to-man defense. Jump to a double team, and a nice pass underneath. Hagen goes up, but gets fouled and makes the first free throw.
1-1 score. That foul was on Travis Helton. And his first, team's first, and both free throws up and in for Hagen. He makes it a 2-1 score now. Piasol Birds jump in front, explores, jump to the offense. Scheider, top of the key, gives it off to Cecil Brimage. Brimage, quick step, glass and good. Left side of the rim, he put it in.
Nice job going to his left that time. Brimage is a little quicker than everybody else on the floor, and he showed his quickness there as he got right by the defending guard that time for a layup.
Little token pressure in the backcourt, but now Southwestern sets up the offense, and a pass goes right through the hands of Sosa out of bounds. Turnover, green and gold.
Hagen with the out at the point that time. He got it over to Sosa, but went right through his hands for a turnover for Southwestern.
Scheider traveled at the top of the key as he picked up his dribble and took an extra step. Now it'll go back to the Birds, and they'll have our first substitution of the night. 33, Donnie Garrett, senior, checks in, and we've had some turnovers here early.
Yeah, good man-to-man defense by both teams, and it's going to be a good defensive struggle here, I think, tonight.
And could be a low-scoring game. These two teams have played once before. We'll talk about that as we go along in the Lebanon tournament at McKendree. Inside as Brett Guthrie breaks free, just enough room to put it up and in.
Good pass that time by Hagen underneath. A good bounce pass, entry pass for a 2.
Left side three ball is good by the big man, Derek Sterrett, who steps out for a 3 ball.
Marquette comes out in the press after a made basket. We'll see how Southwestern handles it.
6-4 inside. They break the press and lay it in. Guthrie ties it at 6.
Good job that time by Southwestern breaking the press and going straight to the basket.
Now a traveling called on the right wing on Brimage, and we've had some traveling here in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, that time he was out on the right wing and he took an extra step, and been a lot of turnovers in this game early in the game. The first 3 minutes has been a lot of turnovers by both teams.
6-6 score. 5:10 to go. They break the press again, 3-on-1 if they hurry. But now backing in is Hagen, spins in front of the rim, but shot may have been blocked, and back the other way, Brimage. Inside, there's a whistle and a traveling called on the break this time. Travis Helton with a travel.
Travis Helton took that step like he was going to shoot a layup, then decided to pass it, and it was too late. He'd already traveled by then. If he'd put it up, he'd have been fine.
Southwestern breaking the press again. Ricky Sosa gives back door now to the trailer, up, and it goes in as Guthrie goes down the lane for 2 more.
Soft little left-handed shot by Guthrie there. He's averaging 6 points a game, and he was one of their leading scorers last year, so they're looking for him to break open.
Back door open is Helton, missed a layup and then a foul, and a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle, and Helton is going to get a foul. You mentioned Guthrie. Well, he has 3 buckets, 6 points already here.
He made a season average already here in the first 3.5 minutes here in the basketball game. That'll be the first foul on Helton, and looks like Coach Diskin's going to bring him out and kind of cool him off here.
4:35 to go, first quarter. 8-6 now. Southwestern taking the lead. And Southwestern breaking the press again, and they haven't really had trouble with that at all yet. Here's Gray with a 3. Missed it off the rim. Rebound. Halm out of there on the back wing. It's Dalton Halm up the floor. Marquette ball.
Good job by Brimage keeping that ball alive and getting it back to Halm.
Here's Scheider. Gets a step on the wing, but it's blocked away. Good block by Guthrie, and Southwestern with the lead. They have the ball back. Here comes Sosa up the floor. He's a 5'7" junior. 4 minutes to go. First quarter. It's 8-6. Southwestern on their home floor with the lead here in the first quarter. Sosa out, guarded by Scheider between the circles. 1-4 offense here as there's 4 players along the baseline. Now they break out high, and coming out high is Guthrie with it. Sends it to the corner to Ryan Gray now, and they'll reset it to Sosa out high.
So when we need that shot clock in high school basketball.
Sometimes we do.
I think it's coming within a few years too.
Inside, breaking free. Nice move there on the post. Guthrie has 2 more.
Yeah, Southwestern doing a good job getting inside. Marquette has not handled that inside game of Southwestern here.
Matchup zone, it looks like now for the Birds. Inside, knocked away with a 10-6 lead. They have the ball back.
Southwestern's pounding it inside, and Marquette's just had a lot of turnovers. That's what the name of the game is here, first quarter.
Out to the free throw line, it goes to Hagan. Hagan to Garrett. Garrett at the top of the key. Left side to Gray. Gray bumped, tried to get it to Guthrie. It's loose on the floor, and 3 seconds in the lane. I believe it's on Guthrie, who ended up laying on the floor.
Yeah, he did a nice job of hustle there, but when you're laying on the floor in the lane, you got to get out. Southwestern never lost possession of that ball that time.
And Marquette ball, they trail 10-6. Palm has it for the Explorers. Tried to bounce it to the corner, bad pass. It's another turnover, Southwestern ball.
Wow, they just trying to make overpass that time, and bounce passes from the point all the way down to the corner is not going to go through against Southwestern.
Here's Gray on the left wing. Tried to dump it inside, but Guthrie wasn't looking. It's a turnover out of bounds.
Good job that time by number 33, Tyler Moore from Marquette, who's in the game. Nice job of hedging on that screen, stopping the dribbler, and bad pass by Southwestern turns the ball over.
Chris Strazar is going to check in here. Well, we're going to have a timeout. Marquette will call a timeout. Coach Brian Diskin would like a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 2:15 to go first quarter. And so far, the Piasaw Birds here on their home floor with a lead of 10-6.
Yeah, the Piasaw Birds have done a good job getting inside to both Hagan and Guthrie, and Marquette has not handled that inside game. On the other end of the floor, Marquette's just turned the ball over way too much. Their 6 points came early in the game, and the last 4 or 5 times down the court, they haven't got a shot.
Well, the first time the teams played, Saturday, December 5th. That was in the Lebanon tournament. It was in the 7th place game at McKendree College. Marquette won 68-53 over the Birds. It was a 15-point win.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be a neutral court, so it would be in favor of Marquette to win up here, but so far it's been all Piasaw Birds.
10-6, Marquette ball though, down by 4. We're in the first quarter. Out of the timeout, Marquette with 2 minutes to go in the first. Here's Brimage, down to Moore. Tyler Moore dumps to Sterrett. Open layup as it turns out, and he lays it in.
That time Southwestern came out of the timeout in his own defense, trying to mix Marquette up, and good job that time passing underneath, down on the block by the Marquette Explorers.
10-8, Southwestern with a 2-point lead, and they have the ball with Strazar in the game now, 25. Gives it up, down the baseline, reverse layup, good. There's Guthrie with 2 more.
Guthrie's come alive in this game, only averaging 6 a game, but
10.
He's been a force. So he's got 10 here already tonight, so he's a force to be reckoned with here at home.
Brimage from the baseline, little jumper, good from the left side.
Great ball movement that time by Marquette against that zone defense, and they moved it quickly, and Brimage was wide open in the corner.
1:05 to go in the first quarter. Here in Piasaw Bird Country, green and gold leading the blue and white. It's Southwestern 12, Marquette 10. Inside, little fadeaway by Guthrie, missed it, and then over the back. On the back door is Brimage over the back with a foul.
Brimage, good job crashing the boards, but that time Southwestern had good position under the basket on the weak side boards, and it'll be Southwestern ball underneath their own basket as number 5 for Southwestern, Noah Hunt, comes back into the ballgame.
Marquette will send Helton back into the game, and also 34. Woolner, there's a shot up and in, and one. Strazar off the inbounds, and we have a foul too.
Good job of Southwestern screening on that inbound play that time, and looked like number 34 from Marquette lost his man on those screens on that inbound play. Number 34 is Adam Woolner. He just came into the ballgame, and Strazar makes the basket, and he'll only shoot 1 here.
3-point play is no good. He missed the free throw. He'll get 2 points. Now he gets the ball back, but then lost it again. Here comes Helton. Southwestern's lead is 14-10, 4-point advantage. Here's Woolner giving to Moore. 3 ball is good. 33, Tyler Moore with 3.
2 threes for Marquette from that left wing, and seems to be their favorite spot so far.
Inside, Marquette with a steal. Good defense interior there. Here comes Scheider. He stops and pops and puts it in, and Marquette takes the lead, 15-14.
It's good defense by that time by Marquette and pushing the ball up. And a bad play there by Scheider as he reaches in on the press.
Looking for the steal there near the center circle, and he's going to pick up a foul instead. Southwestern with one foul. Now Marquette is up to 5 team fouls. That's the first on Scheider.
Alton fans might remember his father playing for Alton High, Justin Scheider. So his sister played for Marquette Sydney. So it's a name that's been around Alton basketball for quite a while.
Into the corner, knocked away. Good hands by Tyler Moore as he knocked that pass that was headed for the wing out of bounds. Southwestern will throw it in.
See if they run that same inbounds play. It worked really well the first time.
They're looking inside. There's Strazar open again. He missed the layup, got his own rebound. It's blocked away, and that's the end of the first quarter. Well, they made it happen again, but he didn't finish, and after one quarter, it's Marquette with a 15-14 lead. Second quarter action from Southwestern High after this.
You've worked hard to get where you are, to achieve your goals, and that's why we'll work just as hard to help make sure all you've built has the right protection. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
See Macias Insurance Agency on West Delmar Avenue in Godfrey.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Second quarter now, back live in Piasaw, Illinois. Jim Seymour and Brent Berklin here with you. Southwestern ball as we start the second period, and it's 15-14, back and forth, and Southwestern led for much of that first quarter. But in the second quarter, we start with a Marquette lead, but we also start with a Southwestern bucket, and it's Hagen for 2.
Good job by Southwestern getting down on the block, and a good move by Hagen.
Inside, Marquette ball, and they'll throw it up and in, and right back the other way. Jake Coddington gives Marquette a 17-16 lead. So back and forth here early in the second period. Second quarter action with 7:15 to go till halftime. Free throw line now goes to Gray at the three-point line. Gray looking inside, and he'll throw it inside. Double team there. So they kick it back out to the three-point line. That three ball is off the mark. Rebound. Southwestern ball under the basket, out of bounds.
That time out of bounds off of Sterrett. That time he's back into the ball game after getting about a minute rest at the end of that first quarter. And we'll see if he can get his offensive team going down on the other end.
17-16 score. Southwestern throwing it in under their basket again. They'll throw it in to Garrett. Garrett fires it out to Hagen. Number 22, Hagen, gives it up to Ricky Sosa, the junior point guard, guarded by Cecil Brimage. Now to Garrett once again. Garrett gets a pick, and then the ball knocked away, and here comes Brimage the other way. Cecil lays it up. He missed it. And Southwestern ball. They still trail by 1.
Good job that time by Brimage on the steal, but couldn't get the basket.
Inside Garrett, he'll back it up, then throw it back door to Hagen. Guthrie not in the game right now. Hagen with a turnaround, missed it right in front of the rim.
Nice up and under move that time by Hagen, but just couldn't get it to fall into that basket.
Southwestern back to the zone defense, and basically a 2-1-2 with Hagen right in the middle, and he'll come out to guard Sterrett. Brimage open right wing, missed it off the rim. The jumper, rebounds Southwestern.
Good job that time by Brimage getting a good shot, but his jumper just wouldn't go down.
Here's Gray into the lane. He stops and pops, missed it off the window, and Marquette ball leading 17-16. Left wing, Brimage quickly down underneath. Left hand, no. Sterrett with a rebound. Left hand this time. It's good.
Good job by Sterrett on the putback that time. He went up strong with the left hand and got it almost kind of partially blocked, came down with the rebound, gave a good fake and up in the basket. So Marquette's up by 3 points, 19-16 here with 5:24 to go.
He leads the Explorers with 7 points here tonight. 5:15 to go, second quarter. Here's Hagan, double team, then a triple team. Out to Gray it goes. He missed the three. They fight for the rebound. Strays are there. Marquette, though, out of there with it.
Good job on the board by Marquette.
Travis Helton sends it to the corner to Coddington. 41, Coddington. Out to Dalton Halm now. Halm to Brimage, top of the key. He's guarded there by Sosa. Now Sterrett comes out high. He's looking for a guard, but he'll fire it up. Glass and good from the free throw line.
That time Sosa knocked it out of his hands. It almost like it made Sterrett mad. He took 2 dribbles, pop off the glass. I don't think he intended it for to go off the glass, but it's 2 points anyway.
21-16. Gray shot is blocked away. A couple of defenders there and a Marquette foul too. That's going to be their 6th team foul as they went for the block shot.
That was on Sterrett again. That's his. Oh, they
Looks
didn't call
like
on
Halm, yeah.
Halm, I'm sorry. That was on 24.
Free throws for the Payasol Birds, and Gray puts the first one in. He didn't score in the first quarter. And
Marquette brings in 4 subs.
4 subs for the Blue.
Halm's the only kid that only played the state in for Marquette, so a lot of substitutions for Marquette. Bryce Smith gets his first action. Adam Woolner comes back into the ball game. Scheider's back in for Marquette, so we'll see what some fresh troops can do here.
21-18 as Gray hits them both, and now stepping over the end line to throw it in was Tyler Moore, and that's going to be a Marquette turnover again.
Yeah, against that pressure, you can't get yourself trapped down on the end line, and that time Moore got himself trapped down there.
Gray trying to throw it inside. He does. The shot missed, though. Now they fight for the rebound, and timeout called, a jump ball called, and I think they're going to get the jump ball here. And the possession arrow going to go to Marquette.
Ryan Gray trying to call timeout. That's the senior leader, an old quarterback there. He's trying to call timeout before the referee. The referee called the jump ball, but it's going to be a jump ball. Marquette possession arrow.
Should mention fighting for that ball was Guthrie, who's back in, and he has 10 points for the Birds. Down to the block, and there's a travel. Good double team there, and it's another turnover. This one on Bryce Smith of Marquette.
Yeah, Bryce Smith, senior for Marquette, got out of control that time as he drove the baseline, and looks like Cecil Brimage comes back in for home.
And we're at 4 minutes to go, second quarter, midway through this second period, and it's 21-18 Marquette. They led by 1 after 1. Now they lead by 3, and they're defense, man-to-man defense. Inside, good, but no, it's an offensive foul, and Guthrie can't believe it. He thought he had the basket and maybe a three-point try.
That's a bull move by a defensive end there. He put his shoulder down and just went to the basket. That's a pretty good call, I thought, by the referee. He lowered his shoulder and got an advantage there on that layup.
And so it'll be the first foul on number 20, Guthrie. Second team foul on the Payasol Birds. 3:43 to go, first half. Scheider with it, bounces it to Tyler Moore. Moore here on the near side, down to the baseline, fires it up, rainbow shot, and it goes in.
Nice job by Marquette that time. A basket on the inline. If someone calls timeout here, we'll see who it is.
I think it was Southwestern with a 30-second timeout, so 3:32 to go, and it's a 5-point lead again for Marquette, Jim.
Yeah, I don't think Kurt Berger's very happy with that defense. The last couple of times down, the Explorers have beat the Payasol Birds down the floor and got some easy shots, and I think Coach Berger's talking about better defense on their end of the floor.
And we'll see how Marquette's defense holds up here. They've held this lead now in the second quarter for a while. It's a 5-point lead on the road against Southwestern, and Marquette back with the press. The Payasol Birds will be facing that press now.
Yeah, Southwestern hasn't scored very many points this year, so getting down by 5 and letting it be a high-scoring game is not in their favor.
They don't want to go end to end. They want to be a little more deliberate, and we'll see how their offense runs here with 3:20 now to go, second quarter. Here's Gray on the wing. On the dribble now, and a double team, and then a reach in. Tyler Moore coming and picking up his first foul, it looks like.
Good job by Tyler Moore. Gray went down to the baseline and trapped himself. Good job by Gray that time. Double teaming down there that just can't reach in. And Gray will go to the line shooting 1-1 already here in the first half for Southwestern.
Sosa comes in for Hunt, so 4 in for number 5, and Gray has now hit 3 for 3 in the quarter from the line. He has another free throw coming up, and it's good again, 23-20 Marquette.
Gray hit 78.6% for the year, so you'd expect him to make his free throws.
4 for 4 now for number 11. Now Marquette ball. Moore trying to dump it into Sterrett, but he was too well guarded, and that's a steal.
Moore, if you're at the free throw line and they're going to back off you and double Sterrett, just shoot the ball. Let him get the rebound if you miss.
2:50 to go. Gray inside the lane. Traveling called as he tried to step through a double team, and lots of defenders there.
Yeah, stepped through the double team and took that hop that time, but referees caught it. Called it traveling. It'll be Marquette ball with a 3-point lead here with 2:53 to go in the second quarter.
Dalton Halm checks in for the Explorers again, so it's Brimage, Halm, and Sterrett. Scheider and Moore, the 5 on the floor for Diskin. Coach Diskin. There's Brimage from the other side. He's hit a baseline jumper from each side now.
Yeah, you don't see that out of too many point guards. He kind of likes that baseline shot, it looks like.
6 points for Brimage, 3 buckets, and now down low, another double team and another steal on the block. Marquette by 5, they have the ball. Moore to the corner, Brimage. Now inside, Sterrett's pass ricochets to Southwestern. Back the other way, Sosa trying to dump it to a trailer coming into the lane, but knocked out by Marquette.
Yeah, Marquette on their offensive end of the court just seems like they're overpassing one pass. They need just to shoot the ball when they get it in the lane there instead of trying to overpass.
2:17 to go till halftime. And they throw it in. Southwestern ball. They trail here on their home floor, 25-20. Ball belongs to Ricky Sosa. Sosa gives it to Cole Hagan. Hagan to Guthrie out high. 5-point lead, now 2 minutes to go. Sosa drives into the lane, kicks it back out to Donnie Garrett. Now back to Sosa. Marquette was solid man-to-man defense here. Down inside though, and the man breaks free and missed shot. Marquette out of there with it as Guthrie missed it off the glass. Scheider to the free throw line, lost the handle, gives to Brimage. Now Sterrett double teamed and fouled as 20 Guthrie and 22 Hagan, very physical in the lane.
Yeah, Sterrett on the other end on that rebound, defensive rebound. I think he took one to the nose and kind of fired him up as he ran down the floor. He wanted that ball, and he was going to go. Didn't matter who was guarding him that time. And good job being aggressive on the boards.
And the first free throw rims off, no good as it rolls off the front of the rim. And 1:33 to go, second quarter. Another free throw, and he missed them both. It's still 25-20. Back comes Gray the other way. The foul, by the way, was on Hagan. That'll be his first. Southwestern ball trailing by 5. We're down to 1:17 to go, second quarter. Into the left corner it goes. Jump shot, long two, missed. Gray with a follow, up and in.
One of the shortest guys on the floor, doing a good job on the boards that time. Ryan Gray went up, didn't even come down, put it back in for a putback.
Athletic move by a good athlete, Ryan Gray, the 5'10 senior. 55 seconds till halftime. Here's Halm with it. Back door and weak side to Moore. He missed it. Scheider has the rebound, though, for Marquette. Up, glass, and good. 5-point lead again.
It was almost like Scheider that time was going up trying to get a foul, but after 2 fakes, he got it off the board and in. Gives them a 5-point lead here in the last 30 seconds of the half.
Piasaw Birds holding it for the moment. Ryan Gray gives it off to Brett Guthrie. Guthrie here to the near side, and Cole Hagan as they'll wait for the last shot, it looks like. Try to make it a 3-point game at the half, we'll see. Here's Gray driving and a reach in from behind. Halm with a foul.
Yeah, they played good defense up until that point with 12.6 seconds to go. Halm got beat on the dribble, reached in from behind and fouled Gray that time. He'll go to the line shooting 1-1, and as that's only the 8th foul, so they're not in the super bonus yet.
Free throw, good. And first quarter it was Guthrie with 10. Now it's Gray doing all the damage here in the second quarter. He's 5 for 5 from the line, 7 in the quarter, and he missed this free throw.
Interesting.
I did.
See if Marquette can get a shot here in the last 6 seconds.
Almost a steal, and now a steal for Sosa. He has time. He'll lay it up and in with 1 second to go. A big play by Ricky Sosa. Good hustle play, and he had time for the layup, Jim.
Yeah, he had time for the layup, and that was just bad ball handling. Marquette had no urgency on that play. There's only 12 seconds to go. When he shot the free throw at the other end, you thought they'd have been pretty aggressive at their end of the basket, and just a bad pass out on the point.
So, at halftime here at Southwestern High School, our score, Marquette 27, Southwestern 25. 2-point game at the half. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Honey, who does our car insurance?
State Farm.
And what about our house?
State Farm, too.
And what about our life insurance?
Why do you ask?
Well, I've got something to tell you.
Bringing new life into the world is one of many great reasons to talk about life insurance. So contact your State Farm agent today. They'll help you choose the right coverage.
Contact Tom Lane to discuss all of your life insurance needs at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
It's the Redbirds tonight, so a lot of local teams in action here on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're all playing their last few games and getting ready for those big Christmas tournaments. I know Southwestern goes up to Carrollton, and Marquette doesn't go to Country Day anymore. So Southwestern's looking forward to going up to Carrollton. I know they finished 5th place last year, I think, and that's always an interesting tournament up at Carrollton, and to see how the Paisaw Birds can do this year.
Roxana will be there too, and as for Marquette, they'll be with CM again this year down in Columbia, the Columbia Freeburg Holiday Tournament. That's right around the corner as well. We have lots of basketball left this week, though, here on the Big Z. A girls doubleheader Thursday night. And the Friday night game again, East Alton Wood River at Marquette. That's Friday night here on the Big Z. Right now we get ready for second half action. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton into the 8 o'clock hour and into the second half. Southwestern basketball down by 2. They go to the corner to Garrett. Now into Hagan. They kick it back out to the top. Sosa with a ball fake. To the right wing again. Here's Garrett. Switches to the left hand. Missed the shot off the glass. Rebound Marquette. And then a foul. Halm is fouled by Garrett.
Good weak side board that time by Halm, and a little left-handed shot that time by Southwestern, and it wasn't a very good shot that time on their first possession in the second half.
Well, they tried to work the right side there with a couple of passes to the wing, but now it's Marquette ball up 27-25. Here's Cecil Brimage with it between the circles. Now to Dalton Halm. Halm, number 23, gives it up to Scheider. He wears number 40, and it's back to the top. Scheider spins on the block, missed it too hard off the glass. Sam Scheider with a miss, rebound, Paisaw Birds.
Good give and go that time by Scheider, and just couldn't get it to fall on that up and under move.
7 minutes to go, third quarter. Down to the block, good move inside, and Hagan has 2 points.
That time, Starrett tried for the reach in that time, didn't play very good defense, and an easy basket that time by Cole Hagan.
That'll tie the game up, 27-27, third quarter. Scheider gives to Halm. Out front, now Helton to Brimage. Marquette's going to make a change. First stop here in the second half. Here's Scheider jumping through a double team and a reach in, and a Southwestern foul. It's going to be called on number 20, and that'll be Guthrie with the foul.
That time I think one referee was going to call traveling that time. The other referee called the foul. The foul was called on Guthrie that time. It'll be Marquette ball under the basket.
Brimage will try a three. It's too short, and then he's over the back as Sosa blocked him out nicely, and Brimage will pick up his second foul.
Quick shot by Brimage off the inbound pass, and good job crashing the boards, but good job by Sosa blocking him out.
6:23 to go, third quarter. Southwestern ball again. We're now tied, 27 all. Here comes Sosa over the timeline. Gives it right side to Garrett. Top of the key. They swing it to Guthrie now. Guthrie, couple of dribbles. Now he kicks it to the corner. Gray, line drive three. He missed it. Brimage with the rebound.
Good job by Brimage on those weak side boards. And even if you're a guard, you got a rebound in this game.
Inside, Sterrett in the lane. Little soft jumper. Missed it. Front iron. Rebound Marquette, though.
Good job that time. Sterrett kept the ball alive and tipped it back out to the Marquette guards.
Scheider, baseline, missed the shot, followed his shot, got it back, dumps it down inside, foul as Sterrett missed the shot, and Southwestern will pick up another foul, their third already in the second half.
Nice give by that time by Scheider as they came out and double teamed him, and he got it into Sterrett, who went up for the shot, got fouled. He'll shoot two here at the line as Marquette takes the lead 28-27 on that first make.
Guthrie with his third foul, by the way. Back-to-back fouls on him now. So he's got three in the game.
Strazar and Hunt report back in for Southwestern.
Shot missed. He made 1 out of 2, and then the ball kicked out of bounds by Sterrett. Southwestern ball.
Good hustle on those boards by both teams as they're diving on the floor for all of them.
5.5 minutes to go, third quarter. There's a steal in the backcourt. Scheider has it. Sosa almost stole it back, and then a foul on Strazar, and that's 4 fouls on Southwestern now.
Southwestern only had a couple fouls in the first half, and they've come out very aggressive, reaching for the ball, not moving their feet, not playing good defense. They're playing their defense with their hands in this half.
Marquette will throw it in to Tyler Moore in the corner. Moore out to Brimage. Cecil Brimage will back it up to the center circle. Now to Scheider. Bounces it to the baseline. Helton, short shot. No. Follow is good, as right there was Tyler Moore with an easy putback.
Good job by Tyler Moore on those weak side boards. Marquette with good, better ball movement that time. Against that zone, you've got to move the ball quick, and that time they moved it quick instead of dribbling.
Moore with 7 points. They dump it down to the block. Little give and go. Gray couldn't get the pass back, and Marquette's lead 30-27. They have the ball again, but not anymore. Sosa with a steal, and he slams it off of Brimage out of bounds.
Scheider with that long pass, and those long passes just aren't going to go against Southwestern. They've got some quickness. That Sosa's pretty quick, and so is Ryan Gray. So those long passes aren't going to go, and a good job by Sosa that time to knock it off of Brimage's leg.
So here come the Piasol Birds down by 3, third quarter. Sosa in the front court to Gray now. Gray on the right wing gets a pick from Hagan. Open shot. Missed it. Hagan with the rebound, though, and he's fouled underneath. Offensive rebound for number 22 there.
Looks like it's going to be on number 41, Jake Cottingham that time. On the reach-in on the after the rebound, it'll be a Southwestern ball underneath, as he was not going up for the shot. It was on the rebound. So the second foul against Marquette team, so it'll be Southwestern ball under the basket.
Southwestern will throw it in, still down by 3. Here's Hagan with the dribble. Out to Sosa with 4.5 minutes to go. Third quarter, Strazar whips it left side. Noah Hunt tried to dump it down to the block. It's stolen away by Marquette.
Good defense that time by Sterrett as he didn't let that pass go into the block.
Tyler Moore jumps into the lane, stops and pops. He missed it. Now a foul as Helton looks like he's over the back. Number 25 will pick up a foul.
A lot of fouls in the second half already. It's 7 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this quarter, and teams are getting pretty aggressive, and a lot of reaching in, seems like, in this half. We'll see if Marquette's press can bother Southwestern here in the second half.
Still a 3-point game. We've been at 30-27 for a while. They break the press. Here's Gray, and he's fouled. Another reach. This one on Tyler Moore.
Tyler Moore just reached in, didn't move his feet. Could have moved his feet, tried to pick up the charge, but Ryan Gray's pretty quick, and Tyler Moore that time couldn't keep up with him and went for the reach. Got the foul. Ryan Gray will go to the line. Shooting 2 free throws is he's scored a lot of his points at the line tonight.
5 out of 6.
That's a tribute to his aggressiveness, man. He's pretty quick to the hole. When he goes, a lot of players just have to reach in.
And he makes the first free throw to cut the lead to 2. He could cut it even further here to 1, and he does. 30-29 now. Marquette's lead down to 1. Now Southwestern will try a little pressure in the backcourt, but Strazar with a foul.
Looks like Southwestern's going to press after every made free throw, and that time Strazar got his leg out there and hooked the Marquette Explorer that time as they go back and play their zone defense this time as they're not pressing.
Now we're at 9 fouls in 4 minutes. Fouls keep coming. Marquette ball here. They're up 30-29. Brimage with the ball. Cecil backs it up near the timeline. Free throw line to Coddington. Back to Brimage. Fires along 2. No. Rebound. Paiusol Birds. Here comes Gray in a 1-point game. Gray to the basket again. Finger roll. No good. Strazar with a follow. It rolls in. Southwestern with a lead.
Good job by Gray. When he gets that first step on his defender, he just goes straight to the basket. Thought he was going to score it, but it was a little short.
Tyler Moore with a 3. No. Long rebound. Brimage tried to get it to the wing. Tried to pass it to Holmes. Sosa with a steal, but he was on the sideline, out of bounds.
Yeah, Sosa had the steal, but it fell out of his hands. He dribbled it one time and dribbled it on the line as there's a timeout on the floor.
Hi, George Weber. Here's 3 more great reasons to visit Weber Chevrolet this fall. Number 1, product. Chevrolet has the best lineup of vehicles in the market today. Cobalt, Malibu, Impala, Silverado, Traverse, Equinox. Reason number 2, the deals. Right now, we have extra incentives and aggressive pricing on all of our units, resulting in huge savings. Number 3, your trade-in. After Cash for Clunkers, we were forced to crush so many of our trades that our pre-owned inventory needs some help. Your used vehicle has never been worth more.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Timeout is called, and it's going to be Marquette with a 30-second timeout here, and Southwestern now taking their turn in front. 31-30 our score.
Yeah, it's a back and forth battle all the way down as Coach Diskin calls timeout. I think he wants to see a little bit better defense, and also against that zone defense, he wants to see a little bit quicker passing, get an open shot on the ball reversal by the Marquette Explorers.
Well, the more you watch, and if you haven't seen him play, Ryan Gray, when he goes into the lane, it's almost like football as he's trying to find a hole there on the offensive line.
Yeah, it's like he got a step on the defensive end, and he's going to go. And he's got a quick first step. A lot of the Grays have gone through Southwestern, so it's a familiar name up here, and they've had some great athletes in that family.
Marquette ball after the timeout. 3:13 to go here in the third quarter. Marquette basketball, they have the orange. It's Tyler Moore outside the lane, little stop and pop, and it rolls in. Shooter's touch.
That time he drove in past the guard, stopped before he got to the post players in that zone defense, and a little stop and pop, and that mid-range jumper is kind of a lost art in basketball anymore, but I like to see it.
32-31 now. 1-point game the other way. Marquette with a lead. Southwestern with the ball. There's a block shot. Sterrett blocks it, but Southwestern keeps it. Sosa with a 3-ball from the left side. And a steal and a bucket for Garrett. So 5 quick points there.
Yeah, good job by Garrett. He was faked like he was going down the other end and came back in front of the guard, and Marquette just inbounded it to him in a nice little layup.
Wow, all of a sudden 36-32, Southwestern by 4 points. Inside, bad pass in the lane. Southwestern the other way. Gray may have been tripped up. He falls to the floor, no whistle. Marquette ball the other way. Here's Holm. He leaves it for Moore. Moore drives inside, and he's fouled in the lane.
Good job. This time Moore's just being aggressive to the basket now here in the second half as he's taking 2 dribbles and shooting that jump shot. Last time down the floor, they tried to force it into Sterrett, and it was a bad pass. Southwestern on the other way turned it over as Ryan Gray thought he got fouled by Brummage that time, but wasn't called. As Marquette makes the first free throw, Tyler Moore makes the first one, cuts the lead to 3 with 2:02 left here in the third quarter.
Moore has 5 points in this quarter, 10 in the game, unofficially, and misses this free throw. So 36-33, Southwestern by 3, and they have the ball. Gray hands the ball off to Sosa. Now over the timeline, Garrett. And 1:48 is all that remains here in the third quarter. Sosa whips it left side to Gray. Gray to the top of the key. It goes to Garrett once again. Now to Strazar at the top. Playing catch. Now Hagen to Sosa. 1:30 to go. 3-point lead, and Southwestern with the orange here. 5-second call as Sosa, guarded by Scheider, turns it over.
Yeah, it used to be if you held the ball for 5 seconds. Now if you're dribbling and not making a move to the basket for 5 seconds, it's also a 5-second call. As Southwestern turns the ball over with 1:25, up by 3. We'll see if Marquette can get closer here.
Scheider brings it up with Sterrett, Helton, Holm, and Moore on the floor. For Coach Brian Diskin and the Explorers, down to our left here. They run the offense. Out high to Holm between the circles. Guarded by Sosa. Now left side Scheider with 1:02 to go in the quarter. 2 number 33s battling there on the baseline, and Garrett knocks it out of bounds.
Moore once again, he gets that ball, he goes to the basket. He kind of trapped himself on the sideline that time as the referee gets the cheerleaders back so he can inbound the ball here for Marquette.
Scheider will be the trigger man with 61 seconds to go, third quarter. Moore thought about a 3 off the inbounds, now back out to Holm. Holm kicks it to Scheider. Scheider spins into the lane, and a foul is called. The spin may have been a travel, but I'm not sure if the foul came before the travel or after the travel.
The fans and Coach Berger thought that was a travel before the foul. But referees called it a foul. They must have thought he fouled him before the travel. So it'll be Marquette ball out. That's the 6th foul on Southwestern. So next time it'll be a 1-and-1 situation.
I believe Sosa will pick up his first foul here. And 2 of the 3 officials having a little meeting here.
I think they're not sure on what the number was of the foul.
At first, I thought they said Sosa. And they are going to go with number 4, Sosa. And now they are on foul number 7.
Okay, they didn't put it up because he didn't tell them what number it was. So after he tells them what number it was, they put it on the board. It's the 7th foul, and Scheider goes to the line, shooting 1-and-1.
In a 3-point game, he rattles the first one in, and he makes it a 2-point game. He can make it a 1-point game now.
Scheider shooting 64% from the line for the year, and looks like he's got a nice looking free throw.
In the air, good again, 36-35. Southwestern with now just a 1-point lead. Good game here in Payasau, Bird Country tonight. Southwestern with the orange now. It's Gray. Looking for a cutter down low, Hagen, but instead he'll keep it out high to Sosa. He'll back it up to the center circle, guarded by Tyler Moore. And may wait for the last shot again here at 25 seconds to go, third quarter.
Went for the last shot in the first half and ended up scoring 3 points on a free throw and a steal. So we'll see what they can do here at the end of the third quarter.
Garrett dumps it to Strazar. 11 seconds left. The cutter is Gray inside, blocked from behind, then off of Gray out of bounds. 7 seconds left. Marquette ball.
Good block that time by Sterrett. Ray caught the ball as after he got it blocked, but he was on the end line, so it'll be Marquette ball with 7 seconds. So I hope they do better than they did in the first half.
Over the timeline with 4 seconds left. Scheider to Helton. Helton to the baseline, and it's blocked away at the buzzer. Good defense on the baseline by the green and gold, and it's a 1-point game after 3 quarters. But now Southwestern with the lead at home, 36-35 as we go to the 4th quarter. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at riverBender.com.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Welcome back to Southwestern High School with Jim Seamer. Brent Berkland back with you. We had a 1-point game after 1 quarter. Marquette led. They led by 2 at halftime. Now it's a 1-point game the other way after 3 quarters. Southwestern with the lead. Right side shot by Helton of Marquette. No good. Southwestern with a rebound. The 4th quarter underway. Southwestern winning that 3rd quarter 11-8. So they have the 1-point lead. Down low it goes. Knocked away by Scheider as it was headed for Guthrie.
Good job by Scheider that time. He 3/4 his man. As Marquette gets the ball, comes down, and traveling was called against Scheider that time as he palmed the ball, I think.
Yep, turnover the other way, and Southwestern will bring it back. Still leading 36-35 here as we're down to 7:15 to go in the game, the 4th quarter now. We are live at Southwestern High School. Southwestern ball. Garrett has it to Hagan. Now to Sosa at the top. Left side, Hagan again. Guthrie trying to post up, but right now it's outside to Garrett. Back to Hagan at the top of the key.
They wouldn't try to stall 8 minutes, would they?
I don't know that they can do that, no, but you never know what you'll see.
Pretty deliberate.
Down to Guthrie it goes. Glass, no. Got his own rebound and fouled on the floor, it looks like. And Marquette will be charged with their 5th team foul. It's Helton here.
Helton on the rebounding foul. They said he fouled him as he came down with that rebound before he went back up for the shot. That's the 5th foul on Marquette, so it's not in the 1-and-1 yet, so it'll be Southwestern ball.
It's his 4th foul, though, so he's going to sit down. Brimage in for him, it looks like. Hagan with the ball into the block area and into the basket for Hagan.
That time Cottingham made a mistake. He had him on the inbound play, and he backed off and went to his player that he was guarding and left him alone. Easy layup that time for Hagan.
6:20 to go in the game. Scheider has it, 4th quarter. Ticking down with a 3-point game now and a 3 for more. It's off the mark. Rebound. Piasol Birds up by 3.
Marquette not getting their good shots that they did in the first half. They kind of throwing up some different shots in this half.
Inside, Garrett blocked away there. Sterrett with a block. Marquette ball. And now a foul on Garrett back the other way on that sideline.
Yeah, you get a block down on one end and you get a little anger going, you go down and foul on the other end. Sends Marquette to the line here in the 4th quarter. They're going to be going to the line quite a bit here. It'll be interesting to see if they can win this game at the line.
Here's Moore. Free throw. Good. Number 33, Tyler Moore. Now 2 out of 3 in the game. And he's in double digits tonight. 2 for 2 as he hit them both.
71% for the year and goes 2 for 2. He ups that percentage. As Coach Diskin gives him a little high five there as he comes off the court.
Now the lead is 1 again, 38-37. Southwestern ball, they have the lead. They bring the orange over the timeline. Quickly to Guthrie, reverse layup, no. Hagan with a follow, no. They missed 2 inside there, Marquette ball.
That's good. Those are good shots by Southwestern. When you're struggling for points, those are big baskets that don't go in.
5:35 to go, fourth quarter now. Here's Brimage to Scheider. Scheider into the lane, passes to Sterrett, reverse layup is good.
Good stop, jump that time by Scheider, and a good pass. He and Sterrett have a pretty good thing going. When he drives and somebody comes to pick him up, he always finds Sterrett.
1-point game now for Marquette, 39-38. They take the lead on a Sterrett bucket. Inside Guthrie, look out, layup good. Now Southwestern with a 1-point lead.
Sterrett on a bad defense there. He went down to double team. You can double team, but you can't leave Guthrie alone.
Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll still be Marquette ball. That, for Guthrie, the first points since the first quarter. He now has a dozen, and we have a timeout for Marquette. We'll take a break from Piasaw. Back in a moment. Southwestern with a lead, 40-39 over Marquette.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
To-do list rarely need more to do. So, at American Family, we offer a variety of products at affordable prices with the convenience of a single agent. From auto and homeowners to business and life insurance. This is Gerard Fisher with American Family Insurance. Give me a call at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Tree here at the intersection of Highway 267 and Highway 16. Piasaw Birds and the Marquette Explorers. A lot of good battles in every sport. Tonight it's boys basketball and another good battle, Jim.
Yeah, great battle. I've been on both sides of it. I taught at Marquette, coached there for 6 years, and Southwestern for 24, so I'm familiar with these battles. As I looked up, in this series, Southwestern's ahead 33-17, so there's been quite a few basketball games, 50 of them, and Southwestern's had the better of Marquette. A lot of those Darrell Bird victories back in the old days, I think, for the Birds back when Marquette wasn't quite as good.
Just under 5 minutes to go in the game as we get back to it here. Marquette using a timeout there, and out of the timeout they have the ball to the baseline. Now to Coddington it goes. Now to Holm outside. To Scheider at the three-point line. He takes a walk outside the lane with an extra step again.
That's that college move. I don't think the referees have seen that. When I was coaching at Lewis and Clark, that hop step, they allow that in junior college and college, but a lot of the high school referees don't allow you to do that.
4:34 to go in the game. Southwestern ball. They dump it down to the block, and Hagan back out to Garrett. Down to the baseline again to Hagan. 40-39. Southwestern by 1. Again, these teams played in the Lebanon tournament just 10 days ago, and that game won by Marquette, so they're going to battle over and over again this year. A couple of games in the SCC. One of them here tonight. Here's Guthrie traveling as he backed into the lane.
Good job that time by Brimage. He came down and bothered him as he got that good bounce pass from Southwestern and took an extra dribble as Brimage was bothering him.
Dalton Holm has it for the Explorers to Scheider. Sam Scheider out to Cecil Brimage. Back to Scheider. Scheider looking inside. Finds Coddington. He lays it in.
Scheider's a very good passer. He played a lot of basketball, probably knowing his dad, and he sees the floor very well. He's probably their assist leader tonight.
Inside Guthrie. Now back outside. Ryan Gray. Southwestern with the ball. Down by a point again. Marquette It's their turn for the 1-point lead, 41-40. Fourth quarter. Southwestern deliberate once again on offense. To the baseline it goes. Reverse layup. No by Guthrie. Then Gray jumps in with a foul.
Good move that time by Guthrie on a reverse layup, but about a half a step short on that reverse layup. Couldn't get it to go in. Good rebound by Marquette Sterrett, and Ryan Gray tries to come over his back. And as we said, Marquette already in the 1-1. Next time they'll be in the super bonus. It'll be 2 shots the next time. So free throw line is going to be very important to Marquette here as we come down the stretch.
Still 3:15 to go. Fourth quarter. Sterrett at the line, and he missed the front end of the 1-1. So Piasol Birds back.
Both Piasol Birds had that ball. I think they should have called traveling on that one.
Now they set up the offense and see what they can do. About a 1-point deficit. As we dip under 3 minutes to go in the game, here's Ryan Gray headed to the hole. Layup, no, too hard off the glass.
Didn't have a good angle that time as he went down the lane and then tried to get it off the board. Couldn't get it to go in, but a good aggressive move by Ryan Gray there.
Here's Holm, kicks it to Scheider, but the pass behind him, it goes into the bleachers, and it's Southwestern ball.
Good job being aggressive by Holm. Marquette fans remember he came in, played quarterback after the injury to Evelyn and did a great job as we have timeout here.
30-second timeout for Southwestern. Just got a text from our old buddy Brian Lewis. Lewis and Clark ladies winning tonight in Centralia at Kaskaskia College. So they're now 10-2, 78-77 at Kaskaskia.
That's a big victory. Kaskaskia is a Division I, and Lewis and Clark's Division II, so that's a big victory for the Lady Trailblazers down in Kaskaskia. They lost to Jefferson College on Saturday, who was one of the top teams in the Division I, and played them really tough, but a victory for the Trailblazers. They play their last game Saturday at home at 2 o'clock against Lincoln Land before Christmas, so all the fans should come out and see the Trailblazers play their last game before Christmas.
2 o'clock for the women's game, 4 o'clock for the men's game. It'll be Lincoln Land College at Lewis and Clark Saturday, but Lady Trailblazers now 10-2 with that victory tonight. And they have a Piasol Bird on the team, Shale Dominguez.
Shale Dominguez is on that team, that's right. They got some local girls. They got a girl from Route and Vert, so they got a lot of local people.
Now into the backcourt it goes for Southwestern. Over and back, turnover, Marquette ball.
Southwestern has a lot of seniors on their team. You'd think they'd be taking care of the ball better in these last 3 minutes, but seem like they're not handling it as well as the Marquette Explorers, who only start one senior.
Here's Dalton Halm with the ball. We're down to 2:17 to go in the game. Halm to Scheider. Sam Scheider to the top of the key. 41-40 game. 1-point lead for Marquette, and they have the ball. Cecil Brimage between the legs with the dribble. Now to Halm it goes. Halm traveling as he jumped between the double team.
That's a jump stop. I don't think that was a travel. I think that was a good jump stop that by Halm, and he kicked it back to the corner, but Coach Diskin, I think he agreed with me at that time, but gets called for the traveling as Southwestern has a chance to take the lead here.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game, so crunch time now. Every possession will be very important. And the possession now, Guthrie fouled on his way to the glass. And if he maybe put that over the rim, he might have had the bucket too, but he'll get free throws.
That looked like the first quarter there. They got it down low on the block to Guthrie. He had a good power move, left-handed on the left block, and he'll go to the line shooting 2 here as he tries to give the Southwestern Piasol Birds a lead.
How about Sterrett with his first foul of the game? Guthrie misses the free throw. Now all he can do is tie it up at 41. We'll see.
And Sterrett's played some good defense underneath. He's played against 2 pretty big boys in Hagan and Guthrie, and 1 foul at this point in the game is pretty good. He's got a lot of blocks too.
41-40. Guthrie tries to tie it up, and he missed it. Must have been a violation on that first one, because now he's going to get another.
I think they had a violation on Sterrett, maybe, as the referee was looking at him.
This one's good, so he does tie it up, and officially he's 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2 as he gets to reprieve himself for an 0-2 free throws there.
41-41 down the stretch here. Who's going to take charge at Southwestern High School? 1:32 to go in the game. Marquette ball. Southwestern trying to step it up on defense in a tie game. 41-all on the scoreboard. And here's Halm with it to Scheider. Scheider to Brimage. Cecil Brimage to the free throw line. Bounces it to Halm. Down to Scheider. Missed it off the glass. Rebound tipped around. They fall to the floor. And a whistle. And is it a jump ball or a foul? And
foul.
It's going to be a timeout.
Timeout as he was holding the ball.
Well, Sterrett laying down with the ball calls a timeout with 1:09 to go.
Pretty heavy there for a sophomore.
Yes. A timeout for Marquette. We'll take a quick break. It's tied at 41-all down the stretch. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
So we'll retire to the mountains.
Oh, but I love the ocean.
There are places you want to get to in life, like retirement. And now your State Farm agent can help guide you with the free State Farm Insurance and Financial Review to prioritize your needs and help you plan a roadmap for your financial future.
Come on, nothing beats pine trees.
Except for palm trees.
Call and schedule yours today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Contact Tom Lane to lay out your roadmap to retirement today at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
You've worked hard to get where you are, to achieve your goals. And that's why we'll work just as hard to help make sure all you've built has the right protection. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
See Macias Insurance Agency on West Delmar Avenue in Godfrey.
Down the stretch here in the fourth quarter, 41-41. At each stop, it's been a close game. Remember, Marquette by 1 point after one quarter, 15-14. At halftime, they led by a big lead, 2 points, 27-25. Then it was Southwestern up, 36-35 after three. And now we're tied at 41, Jim.
Yeah, it's been a really close game all the way around, and it's going to be interesting to see which team can handle the pressure in this last minute, which team can take care of the ball, get good shots, make their free throws, and whoever does that will win the game.
That's the way a lot of games come down the stretch, and we're doing it here tonight. 1:05 to go. Marquette out of the timeout. Scheider to Halm. Dalton Halm to Scheider. Long three, and it's way off the mark. Rebound, Southwestern with it. Piasaw Birds with 50 seconds to go. Up the floor, front court, it's Guthrie with 44 seconds left. Strazar down to Guthrie, inside, over the rim and in for Guthrie.
Wow, nice move. I didn't think it was going to get over the rim. It just barely got itself over the rim that time as Stair takes a three.
Free ball is good with 25 seconds to go. He hits a three, and a quick timeout for Marquette, it looks like. After Guthrie hits a two, then Sterrett answers with a three ball. And it's a timeout for Southwestern, not Marquette, Jim.
Yeah, Ryan Gray called timeout after that three. Wanted to make sure they knew what they were going to do, as they're down by one now with 23.6 seconds to go as Sterrett stepped out to the three-point line. That's unlike Marquette to shoot 2 threes in the last 30 seconds here. Scheider shot a three from the right wing, was a little short. Southwestern came down and scored. Sterrett had no problem coming down with 23.6 seconds to go and shooting that three.
23.6 to go, Southwestern ball. It's a 1-point game. So the Piasaw Birds still have a chance. Are we going to have free throws? Are we going to have them hold for the last shot? It's going to be interesting to see here.
I don't think they'll hold for the last shot. If I was coaching, I'd try to get a quick shot. That way you could come back and foul Marquette or try for a steal. But I would try to go to the basket, be aggressive, let Gray or Guthrie go to the basket hard and try to get a foul or a 2-point play.
Well, we know Gray can hit his free throws, so Maybe he'll be headed to the hole. We'll see. Guthrie has it. Here we go. 20 seconds left as he brings it into the front court. Back to Sosa. Sosa with the basketball. 13 seconds left. Sosa needs a timeout. He's stuck near the scorer's table. Timeout, Southwestern. 11.5 seconds to go now.
Yeah, that time Sosa picked up his dribble out here way out past the three-point line and was in no man's land. He was smart enough to call a timeout with 11.5 seconds to go. I would guess Southwestern now might set up a one-shot play for the end of the game and try to get the lead right at the buzzer.
You want to give yourself enough time if you need an offensive putback, a rebound of any sorts. When you're down by one, 44-43, Marquette with a 1-point lead here at Southwestern.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams when they're taking that last shot, they'll stay out there and dribble till 10 seconds to go, but with 11.5, Southwestern can set up an inbound play where they can set a couple screens, get somebody open, maybe a give and go, and see if they can get a quick basket here.
Well, we're headed toward 9 o'clock, but we may wrap this up early. We'll see if there's overtime. We'll see how these last 11 seconds go. Southwestern ball. They have the orange right near midcourt. Trailing Marquette 44-43, fourth quarter.
Southwestern wants to get a quick shot, and then if they don't get that, they have to foul on the rebound. So it'll be interesting how they play this.
Hagan will throw it in. Hagan looking, and he tried to throw it into Gray. It's stolen away by Holm, and Holm lays it in. They tried a long pass to Gray, and it was stolen by Holm. He laid it in. It's a three-point game. Timeout. 7.1 seconds.
Some coaches would want him to not shoot that layup and dribble around maybe for 7 seconds, but he had an easy layup, uncontested, shoots the layup now with 7.1. Southwestern still has a chance to tie this game with the three. They have to set up a play where they're going to get a three-point shot.
Southwestern with 1-3 in the game, and that was Sosa back in the third quarter, but a couple of big shots here down the stretch, last 30 seconds of the game. Sterrett with a three, and Holm, again, maybe if he's thinking, yeah, maybe he'll dribble around, but you see that basket and you want to go for it.
Yeah, three-point lead's big right now. Looked like Southwestern was trying to get over that left wing to Ryan Gray and let him make something happen over there one-on-one or dish it off to Guthrie on the drive, but Dalton Holm, great play. He anticipated him a cross-court pass, and you just can't throw those cross-court passes with these quick little guards and ball for both teams.
Well, 7.1 seconds to go. Southwestern using their final timeout, I believe, there. And
they'll have the ball on the baseline, so they'll have to go the length of the court. We'll see if Marquette puts any token pressure up here.
They do have plenty of time. 7.1 seconds to go. They give it to Gray. Ryan Gray up the floor, top of the key, three, glass, no good, back to the three-point line, and that's the ball game. Marquette with a steal, and they steal one at Southwestern High tonight. 46-43, Explorers win it.
Great game. The biggest shot of the game was that 6'4" center stepping out to the three-point line. Southwestern didn't even come out and contest that one because they've been guarding him inside so much. That was the shot of the game, put Marquette up for good at the end of the game in the last minute. Marquette made their shot, Southwestern didn't, and that was the tail of the tape here in the last minute.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with the post game from Piasaw in a moment. Again, Marquette 46, Southwestern 43. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, Cadillac, and GMC, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Professional, independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet, the #1 GM certified dealer in Southern Illinois. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.